Have you ever loved someone so deeply that you didn't even realize you were losing yourself? It starts slowly, a few comments here and there. You'd look better with short hair. Maybe don't hang out with that friend anymore. Do you really need to spend money on that? And before you know it, you're standing in front of a mirror, not even recognizing the person staring back at you. Because somewhere between love and loyalty, you started changing for them, and they never had to change for you. But here's the truth. When someone starts asking you to change the core of who you are, your dreams, your beliefs, your career, your identity, that's not love. That's control. And control, no matter how softly it's disguised, is the death of love. You see, a real partner doesn't sculpt you into who they want. They help you grow into who you're meant to be. Some people will say, "I just want what's best for you." But listen closely. When what's best for you always ends up being what's comfortable for them, you're no longer in love. You're in submission. And that's when relationships start to feel like prisons with pretty walls. It gets worse when they say, "If you have nothing to hide, give me your phone." Sounds innocent, right? But trust doesn't need passwords. Trust doesn't demand proof. When someone constantly needs to check your phone, your messages, your every move, that's not love. That's insecurity wearing the mask of care. Real love is built on faith, not surveillance. Because if someone truly loves you, they'll believe in your loyalty without having to invade your privacy. And then there's that dangerous illusion, the so-called perfect equality. Some people say a relationship should be 50-50. But tell me this, what if one day you're sick, broke, or emotionally drained? Will your partner keep counting who did more? Real relationships don't work like that. Love is not a math equation. Sometimes it's 80-20, sometimes it's 10-90, sometimes one gives everything while the other just survives. And that's okay, as long as both understand that love isn't about keeping score. But sometimes, people start keeping secrets. Not the harmless kind, the dark kind, the kind that makes your stomach twist. When your partner asks you to lie for them, to hide something illegal or immoral, you might think, it's just this once, but once becomes twice. Twice becomes a habit. And soon, you're not protecting your partner. You're protecting a lie that's slowly destroying your soul. Love should make you honest, not complicit. If someone truly loves you, they won't drag you into their shadows. And what about cheating? The word alone feels like a knife through the heart. Some say, it was just once. But even once can break something that took years to build. You can forgive, you can heal, you can even rebuild, but you can never unsee what's been done. Because the moment someone betrays your trust, love is no longer safe. If your partner truly regrets it, they'll fight to earn your forgiveness. But if they expect you to just move on, they were never sorry. They were only caught. Then there's another kind of manipulation, the one that hides behind love. Quit your job, they say. You don't need to work. I'll take care of everything. But behind that promise of security, there's often a demand for control. Because when you stop working, you stop growing. You stop being independent. And slowly, you start to feel small, trapped in a life where your dreams no longer matter. True love never asks you to give up your light to make someone else feel brighter. And perhaps the most silent abuse of all happens in the bedroom. When someone pressures you into things you're not comfortable with, tells you it's normal, or shames you for saying no. That's not intimacy, that's violation. The moment your no isn't respected, love dies a quiet, painful death. A partner who truly loves you will never demand your body. They'll earn your trust. They'll understand that intimacy is not about power, it's about respect. Sometimes the control comes in other forms, like silence. Don't talk about that. Let's just forget it. Stop crying. But when you're not allowed to express your pain, your voice begins to disappear. Every unspoken word becomes a weight inside your chest, and one day, it explodes through anger, tears, or complete emotional shutdown. Remember, silence doesn't save relationships. Honest conversations do, even the ugly ones, especially the ugly ones. And what about their family? Sometimes the people who hurt you most aren't strangers. They're the ones your partner refuses to defend you from. When their parents insult you, when their friends disrespect you, and your partner just says, "Let it go," that's when you realize you're standing alone. Because love means protection. If your partner doesn't stand up for you in front of others, they've already chosen sides, and it's not yours. Then comes the final, heartbreaking red flag, when your partner starts isolating you from your loved ones. Why do you still talk to your best friend? Your sister doesn't like me. You spend too much time with your family. Slowly, you start cutting people off, one by one, until the only person left in your world is them. And that's exactly how control works. They make you believe that they're all you need. But love doesn't shrink your world, it expands it. It brings more people, more laughter, more light. So if you're watching this and thinking, "That sounds like my relationship," please listen. Love should not feel like walking on eggshells. It shouldn't feel like guilt, fear, or constant exhaustion. Love is not supposed to silence you, control you, or make you feel small. Love should make you feel seen, safe, and free. It's okay to leave when love starts to hurt more than it heals. It's okay to choose yourself, because the truth is, the person you are without them deserves peace more than the person you were with them ever had. And remember this, the right person will never ask you to become someone else just to be loved. They'll fall in love with you exactly as you are, flaws, dreams, scars, and all. Because real love isn't about control, it's about freedom.